This is going to be a short video on Ghana's culture of no fighting. And that means no fighting in terms of having a war in Ghana, but it also means no fighting on a personal level between individuals. And it's one of the things that I, and I'm sure others, like about being in Ghana. No, well, it's just a lot safer. You know, in America, you go to nightclubs or you could be anywhere. People get into arguments, road rage, they get to fighting and shooting and killing. And it's not uncommon. In Ghana, people scream at each other from the car windows, but nobody's getting out of the car to fight. It's very rare. I don't know if it ever happens. Um, Excuse the lighting. Yeah, I don't know if it ever happens. They do get loud and they, complain, they argue, and they fuss, but they don't. There's no threat of really a fight breaking out. They're very proud of that. Um, when they argue, men and women, hands are flying, this, that, and other, and they putting their hands in each other's face. I mean, coming within inches. But no striking. Nobody fights. They don't hit each other. And another good thing about it is when people argue in public spaces, people that are around, strangers, you don't have to know them. People that are strangers that are around, they'll go up to each combatant, each person in the argument, pull them aside and talk sense into them. Everybody gets in everybody's business. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. But in this way, it's really good that people see people arguing, and whether they're at the beach, whether they're at a club, whether they're on the street, whether they're at home, strangers, as well as friends and family, but especially strangers, they'll intervene and they'll stop it before it leads to something worse. So they have a culture of that. Every now and then, they do fight. It's rare. I saw a fight when I was here 2017, I think it was. I was on a trotro. That's what we used to get around vans. And the mate, who is the one who opens the door and calls out the stops and collects the money for the driver, the mate got into an argument with three women. The women had bags, parcels, heavy bags in the back of the trotro, and I think he was charging them extra to carry them. So when the women got out, an argument started over a little bit of nothing, really, a little bit of money, some change. One of the women, while the mate wasn't looking, saw his stash, because they keep the money out in the open, just coins, and she went in his stash in the van, and she gave it to him. And I don't know, somebody said something or he saw it, and he went berserk. He started tried to grab their bag and get on the trotro and leave, and they grabbed him, and they got into a fist fight. Him and three women. And this is one of the few times nobody said anything. I was really amazed and surprised. Nobody on the van, trotro, tried to intervene and stop it, which I didn't think was right. I thought somebody should have said something, maybe even me. But they were fighting out on the street, cats and dogs. And I was pulling for the women. They should have combed his head real good, and had they been fighting like a man, they would have, because they almost had him at one point. But that was real rare. Then I saw another time, I think in 2012, in the area that I was living in Chris Paul City, two women were arguing. And I think one of them ended up striking the other one. But the one that hit her was almost as afraid as the one that got hit. And it didn't go beyond that. It wasn't like a real fisticuff, knockdown, drag out. People weren't standing around edging them on. I was here in 2011. I saw a deal on TV. Well, I'm not even going to that. But anyway, it was in New Orleans. Well, it was in Louisiana. It wasn't in New Orleans. I could hear the accent. Two women were fighting in the street, and you could hear the women off. Somebody was videotaping it. Somebody off camera was egging them on with vulgarity. Bad letter, be this and kill her this and do this. Rather than trying to stop the fight, they were encouraging the fight. And I was so embarrassed. It was on the news here in Ghana. They had a segment called No Comment. And they ran this fight segment. They didn't say where it was from. They didn't blame anybody and trash anybody. They just ran this segment and they said no comment. And I was happy that I didn't have to explain that to anybody. Because in Ghana, they don't do that. If people do get into a fight, people don't stand around and look. Usually they don't. Anyway, they definitely don't egg them on. But mainly they don't fight here. It's a culture that's peaceful, actually. So I just wanted to share that short bit of information on Ghana's no-fight culture, which makes it peaceful, comfortable, safe, and secure. Yeah. Road rage? No, no, no. In America, they kill each other. Cut somebody off and a big thing happens, and sometimes they follow the person to the next exit or the next stop and beat them with hammers and clubs and guns and all kind of stuff over a little bit of emotional drama. It doesn't happen like that in Ghana, thank God. That's why we're here. A lot of us are here because it's so much more peaceful and secure, really, believe it or not. Americans don't know that. Many don't understand that Africa is not what they think it is. There's more to it than what the limited information that's negative that they get. There's a lot of positive here, and that's one of the positive aspects I just wanted to share. Peace, Hotep. Don't forget to get my books, Rolling with the Hot Sauce, Cape Coast, Coming Home Through the Door, No Return, and The African Guide to Success in America by Walter Ray, Amazon.com. Peace, happy holidays, Hotep. God bless.